Jackass Podcast.
Da, 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 da.
With party on, party time. Party on, Ash.
Holy cow. You know, we don't rehearse these, like intros and stuff like that, and that was super cool. Nice job. You got me fired up. I was like sitting here like, let's get to it.
Well, it's kind of a tribute to what I think it may be the original podcast, but going back to Wayne's World before your time, probably.
I don't know what that is.
It's all right.
That's
all
fine.
Good. Party on. Anyway, thanks for joining us. Jack McNamara here with
Ash.
and we.
Why'd you point at me? You were supposed to mention my name too, like immediate. Anyway, it's fine. My name is Ash.
Anyway, thanks for joining us. We're having a lot of fun here. I think this is our 5th episode now. So continue to like and subscribe and follow us wherever you watch podcasts.
Yeah, I think now we're on like Spotify, Apple, we're on YouTube, probably a couple more that I'm not thinking of right now, but be sure to keep following us. I mean, we have a ton of fun. We're gaining a lot of popularity, and it's super, super cool being with all of you, truly.
Yes. So thank you all for joining us and for interacting with us. We're going to jump right into, we usually start, I mean, there's no format here, but we usually start with kind of current event stuff. Oh, we had something first.
Winner. We got to announce the winner.
We do. Okay. Okay.
So,
thank you.
Congratulations. A couple of episodes ago, we were talking about the Superman coins that were going to be released. And
Superman has a belly button.
Superman does have a belly button. Still has the belly button, but it is what it is. We announced, in the comments for you all to share some of your favorite releases that are going to be coming out later on in 2025, and that we were going to pick a random person that commented down below to be entered into a drawing where you could win a free 2025 1-ounce Superman silver medal, certified in mint state 70 condition. Well, that winner has been picked. To keep everything confidential, of course, that person will be contacted directly. So congratulations to you. You will be reached out to from one of our representatives here at Rare Collectibles TV, and we will set up the free Superman coin to get to you. Keep in mind, however, they're not going to be released and start shipping until late September, so it might be October when you receive your coin, but you are promised one now. Congratulations on your win.
Congratulations. Yep. Very exciting.
Yep.
Cool.
I'll let you kick it off.
And with that, we are into our kind of current events. We like to talk about things that are going on in the world of numismatics when you hear about new coins and different things like this. And today, this is a really big announcement. This is really exciting.
Breaking news type of stuff.
Breaking news type of stuff. Stuff Ash was telling me about last week. I couldn't believe it. I hadn't heard about this anywhere before, so this was super exciting. We're going to break it here. I hadn't seen this in any of the coin publications or anywhere. So this is going to be a lot of fun, and we're going to show you some images. If you're just listening somewhere else, we're going to kind of try and talk you through it so you know what we're looking at here. But we're talking about some spectacular new U.S. Mint releases. We're looking at designs that were proposed, designs that were selected. And I don't know where Ash found this. He's got the secret inside contact or information. But why don't you kick us off here?
So I'm not going to tease any of the designs, but I'm going to preface before we start going through everything. So the United States Mint, we're going to talk about what they announced already first. So what the United States Mint has announced is that in the year 2026, there are going to be a total of 5 groundbreaking coins that the U.S. Mint releases that pay homage to the original coins that were struck earlier on in U.S. history.
Right, so the most important
Some of the most important designs.
Most important coins in U.S. history.
Precisely. And on top of that, the U.S. Mint is going a step further, and I don't think they've ever done this before in this format specifically, where when they strike these coins, they're going to be dated back to the original date when these coins were first struck. So they're not going to be 2025 dated coins, which is insane. But the whole point is this program's called the Best of the U.S. Mint. So there are going to be 5 different gold coins with silver companion pieces. And what we're going to go through right now is Jack and I, we were able to uncover what that project entails.
Right.
And we're basically all but guaranteed that the designs that we're about to show you are going to be actually what the U.S. Mint releases next year.
Because we'd been speculating, what coins are they going to pay tribute to? What are these 5 coins going to be? We had talked about, we were hoping for a Lincoln Cent. That's not one of the ones they picked.
Correct.
But they did pick some awesome choices. They
Absolutely insane pieces.
They did a phenomenal job.
Yes.
So.
And so you want to jump straight into it?
Yeah, I was going to say, should we just get into the first coin?
Let's get into it. Well, let's go into the title page first, and then... So this is the actual official report that the U.S. Mint put together when they were going to present the coins that were proposed for
I think this is from the Citizens Coin Advisory Committee,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Because that's a group of people that advise the Mint. They give input, and they're from different backgrounds. Some are numismatic backgrounds, some are artists, different people. They look at these designs, and they give comments and advice and things. So anyway.
So Jack has already seen some of these slides. Everyone at home probably has not. However, you're about to see some incredible coins. You are not going to see the gold versions of the coins that they're about to show. However,
Right, they show the original
They show the
coins,
original coins for each and every slide here. But for the silver companion pieces, we'll be able to also see some of the different designs that they use. So coin number 1 is an absolute banger.
We start with the king, right?
We start with the king. Coin number 1 that's going to get released next year. We don't know which month or anything, but in this presentation, this is the first coin that they decided to present. It is
the king of U.S. coins.
Silver dollar.
1804 silver dollar, known as the king of U.S. coins.
This is insane.
This has been for coin collectors since pre-Civil War, like the holy grail of U.S. numismatics. You know, the first $1 million coin I think was an 1804 dollar.
You would, I don't know. You would know better than me in that case.
I think so.
Yeah.
It's just been a huge deal forever. I mean, there's I think 3 different classes. I think 16 total across all 3 classes. There's at least 3 in the Smithsonian. Mega rare coin. Mega big deal. Like crazy. Just.
And Jack's not kidding. This is considered to be the king of U.S. coins, and certainly the king of silver dollars.
Yeah, there's entire books just written about this coin alone, like multiple
thick
books.
Yeah, exactly. And so what you're seeing here is an original 1804 silver dollar. The 2026 version that comes out next year is going to look precisely like this with the same exact date, but it's going to be struck out of gold.
Which is pretty cool.
And they said that they're going to have faithful representations of the original, which makes me think it's going to be the same size and everything. I don't know how much gold that means.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, is it going to be a 1 ounce gold coin, or I wonder how they do that?
I would think so. Maybe it's just thicker, and it's going to be a 1 ounce gold piece. I'm not sure.
Actually, it'd probably be thinner. The diameter of a silver dollar is wider.
Oh yeah, back then they were much wider. Yeah, so it might be thinner. Yeah.
So.
Right.
But it'll be interesting, and the only difference besides the date, the way they get around having a backdated coin is they're going to put a privy mark.
Yes, they're going to put a privy mark somewhere in the fields of the obverse. It's going to be shaped like a Liberty Bell, and it's going to say 250 inside of it.
I'm really excited that they paid homage to this coin because it's just the best. And like, look at this example. I mean, just the toning.
I think this is the Pogue example.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's
awesome
amazing.
Coin.
And so now we're going to see several different slides, and these are going to be each Best of the U.S. Mint release where they restrike an original coin is going to come with its silver companion pieces that are going to be like modern representations.
It's like a 1 ounce silver like tribute kind of
to that
interpretation
coin.
of which is wild. Like it's such a cool concept. I love it.
So the first slide we're going to see after this is actually the design that was picked.
Okay.
So we're actually going to see what the final design is going to look like, and it is
for the companion piece.
For the companion piece.
It's beautiful. It kind of harkens back to that classic kind of flowing hair Liberty. It's a little different take. It's just a more, I guess, modern look of what's considered beauty. I
agree. I think it looks gorgeous. I think it's going to look even better once we see it as an official coin, because these are like rough sketches or just like the artists creating what.
What I just noticed right now? What's interesting, which I don't think has ever been used on an official U.S. coin, but the eagle on the verse is on the globe, like on the right quarter. The 1792 right quarter is the eagle.
Oh, yeah, the globe eagle. Oh, I didn't even realize that.
I don't think it's ever been used on an actual coin, just that pattern piece, which was from 1792.
That is cool.
I like the clouds around the Earth, too. It's kind of interesting. And you can see that it's North America that the eagle's kind of heading towards.
Next year is going to be so insane, Jack. And, I mean, we're going to get so many cool coins that everyone's been dreaming about.
Crazy. Let's see the ones they didn't choose.
So they did not choose this, and I don't blame them. The obverse looks beautiful. The reverse, I don't really know what I'm looking at, honestly.
It looks like an artichoke.
Looking at, are those supposed to be mountains, or is that supposed to be like a map, or?
No, that's a map. Look, that's India and Africa, I think, and Asia. It's like.
Then that's a cabbage.
Oh no, you know what it is?
What?
I think because the other side with the ship has a map in the background too, so it's kind of supposed to be kind of like the Eastern Hemisphere and the Western Hemisphere.
Oh, is this maybe where the coins were given out as gifts?
Oh, I bet you're right. Yeah, the King of Siam and the Sultan of Muscat. That's exactly what it
Yeah.
is. That's okay. That's cool then.
That's cool.
Okay.
But I can see how most people would not recognize what that means exactly.
I guess that's supposed to be a lotus because these coins were the $1804 were originally struck for those proof sets.
Yeah.
And they were given out because we're trying to open up trade with the Far East.
Yeah.
So that makes sense that the original $1804, this is kind of showing where we went and gave these coins out to kind of, form these friendships with other nations and, that were the opposite side of the world from us. That's kind of cool. Okay.
Next up is this, and it's similar to the other one, the messaging behind it, that these basically traveled overseas so we could start building friendships with other nations across the world.
Right.
I think the ship looks beautiful, but I understand why they didn't pick this. It doesn't really say anything to the $1804 at all.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. The ship would make a good back piece. You should get that tattooed on your back.
Yeah, it's actually pretty cool. I don't disagree with you at all. That is pretty nice. So, this is my favorite one, at least the reverse of the coin. It is
the reverse?
Yeah.
With the King of Coins? With the
oh my
eagle
God, that's such a gorgeous banner and everything. Like the reverse of this coin should have been paired with the obverse of the selection that they did make.
Okay.
Just being the King of Coins, like having that on a coin itself is so insanely cool.
And look at American diplomacy, 1835, 1836. It shows the original dates.
Yes.
Because the thing is, the $1804 was not struck in 1804. They were made in 1835 and 1836 because they were put in these sets to be given to these other countries. But when the mint went back, they were going to make a proof set with every single coin denomination. And they looked at mint records and it said the last time that a silver dollar was struck was 1804 because there were no silver dollars being struck at the time. What they didn't realize was that in 1804, they only struck coins that had the date 1803 on the dies.
Yeah.
So there were no $1804. That's why the 1804 is so rare. They were only made for this like small group of like 5 or whatever proof sets that were being given out. There's more than that only because later, about maybe 20, 30 years later, when coin dealers realized this thing existed, how rare it was, they went to the mint and asked them to make a, another 5 or 10 coins or whatever it was.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's what those dates indicate, which is cool. I was going to say, I thought you were going to say that the one you were excited about was the obverse. And the reason that got me excited was because it took me a minute when I first saw this to be like, why is the boat all crooked and what's going on with the ocean there? And then I realized it's sailing in the hair of the original bust dollar.
Yeah.
They're using the hair, the waves in her hair curls to represent the ocean waves, which I thought was kind of a neat interpretation myself.
I don't disagree. I think it's a gorgeous obverse design, but the reverse design is so badass. It's just like,
pretty cool.
It screams in your face like, this is the coin. This is the coin.
Mm-hmm. I like it. I'm not arguing. I just thought the creativity of the hair was interesting. Anyway,
let's jump in.
See. Yeah, we got a lot to look at here. So.
We do have a lot to look at. This one I'm not a fan of.
I like the obverse. It's an interesting interpretation.
The reverse looks pretty Soviet style, if you ask me. It looks like the sickle and the hammer or whatever a little bit. It says Robert Scott, who was the original designer of
right. It's supposed to be the engraver's tools, a tribute to the
yeah, but it just looks too.
But you're right. It looks like a little hammer and sickle.
Right, like.
Speaking of back pieces, there's about 8,000 like chicks in the U.S. with that similar tattoo with the angel wings on the back.
Yeah, that's right. And you see that on a lot of walls in Los Angeles too.
Oh yeah. There's always murals where you stand in front and make it look cute.
So this is a summary before we get into the next coin as part of the 5 coin releases of all the different silver medal designs that are going to come out, plus the original. I forget what coin number 2 is in this slideshow, but if it's what I think it is, it's another badass coin. They're all badass, but.
Oh, yeah.
1907, dated 1907, high relief Saint-Gaudens gold double eagle.
And you said they're supposed to be very realistic interpretation.
They're supposed to be true to the original.
Right. So this should, I assume, be Roman numerals, the whole deal.
Let me add. Do you think that means, I don't even know if they exist, but do you think that means they go back and get the dies that were used when these coins were first struck?
I bet because they're afraid to wreck them, they won't actually strike them from them. But I bet they go back and use any dyes and plasters and use like laser, imaging to make them exact. They did that with the ultra high relief in 09.
Yeah.
So I'd assume they would be doing the same type of like laser mapping and like digital mapping to get it exact.
This is a collector's dream come true. The ultra high relief is absolutely incredible, but everyone's always wanted the $20 planchette version, like the bigger one. And I mean, the original 1907 high relief is like the most iconic coin anyone can buy right now. And to have one struck in 2026.
I've always said that to collectors, like if you can afford it, like even if you're only going to own one coin, it's a high relief.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a work of art. I mean, it's just spectacular.
So this is the first medal, and actually the one that was picked for the companion piece. And I think it's beautiful.
It's cool. You've got the Diana, which is a famous sculpture that Saint-Gaudens
It was atop Madison Square Garden for quite a while before they took it down.
Yeah.
And then the reverse, the eagle, looks pretty badass.
It's an interesting take on the eagle. I like the way it wraps around. It's kind of an interesting juxtaposition because it's like a super modern looking eagle and a super classic obverse design.
Yeah, I agree. It's a beautiful piece. I think they hit it out of the park. I agree with that 100%. This is the design that should be used. And then after that, we have, I love this one too.
It's kind of cool. I wish they would make this.
Yeah.
I'd love to see this on like a big medal.
Yeah, I agree. It's basically Augusta Saint-Gaudens sculpting or designing the $20 gold piece. And then on the reverse, it says, far better it is to dare mighty things.
That's very cool. Is that a quote from Roosevelt or from Saint-Gaudens, or do you know who that quote is?
Sure.
You know, I think they should have.
Sounds like a Roosevelt quote. It sounds like something he would say, though.
It does. It does. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. You know, I would put like a different quote, like, you know, can we not hire someone like Saint-Gaudens without asking Congress because our coins are
atrocious hideousness. Yeah.
They should do one of Barber making a barber. It's atrocious hideousness.
That's funny. Next up, I'm not a fan. I'm glad they didn't pick this. The obverse looks kind of cool. I'm not a fan of the eagle's wings becoming flags. I think that looks a little tacky, in my opinion.
I feel like, you know, just from looking at old coins for so long, I'm a little bit kind of a traditionalist in ways. I think I like the creativity of it, but I'm not a fan of like the cartoony-ish kind of look of the design. And again, I feel like the idea of using the flag for the eagle in concept is a cool idea, but actually looking at it, it feels too gaudy, like too busy for me. You know, kind of like the lightning bolts, but it's just kind of just metal.
I don't like it. This one too, it looks a little strange to me. I get what they were trying to do, be a little artsy with it, but
yeah, I mean this is Art Nouveau style. It's kind of pretty. I like it. But it's very like, it feels more 1880s French than like early 20th century American to me.
Yeah.
But I like the eagle. It's interesting. It's a cool look.
I mean, all these designs have something that's really cool about them, but I think it just doesn't work overall. It doesn't fit the, and then this is...
It looked cool in a reverse proof though.
Really? I don't think so.
You don't think so? With the Liberty and the lettering all like in mirrored black?
Yeah, I just don't like the design. Yeah.
Anyway, next.
Next up, this one's already been announced.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They just announced it like this week, I think, right?
No, last month they announced this one, and then this week they announced a different one.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is the 1916 Mercury Dime. It'll be dated 1916, and yeah.
I have to say, I was a little surprised that they picked this only because they did it, 10 years ago with the
gold 2016 Mercury
Dime. So it's
Dime,
interesting they're doing it again. I mean,
but this one's dated 1916.
Right.
And we don't know what the mintage is going to be.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool. I mean, obviously, all these coins from this era are like the most beautiful coin designs, so it makes sense to pick it.
Yeah. And then this was the first one that they decided on.
Kind of interesting, modern take on it.
But it looks too realistic, in my opinion.
Right. It's not going far enough with the.
Yeah, it looks like an actual person's portrait, which doesn't really fit with how we design coins nowadays. Not even like the presidential dollars look as realistic as this coin does.
Yeah. I kind of like it.
This one's kind of cool.
It is kind of cool because I like the eagle because it's an interpretation that's more, like a Native American aspect versus like a classic Greek or European interpretation or realistic interpretation of eagle. So it's kind of a different, like an indigenous art style, which I think is a pretty cool tribute to the people who were here, before us Europeans came and settled.
And then this is the one that they picked.
This I love. I think it's a cool choice. I think my favorite part of it is just that they made the obverse and the reverse
connect
one
with each
image
other.
that goes together. So you flip it over. And these are metals, right? So it'll actually be metal turned, so it'll actually line up.
Yeah.
It'll be cool.
It's a beautiful design. It's supposed to be God of Mercury, I believe, or is that supposed to be Lady Liberty? What do you think?
Well, none of them are Mercury, right? It's
I
Winged
know,
Liberty.
but like, do you think they're using God of Mercury because it looks like?
No, I think it's supposed to be as it always was. I think it's just a winged liberty, you know, the freedom of thought. I just noticed now, though, and I've seen this image before. We've talked about it before. She looks like is she like riding in a subway, or is she passengered somebody who's, who's taking a turn too fast? Like, what's she holding? Oh, I guess it's a shield, maybe.
It could be a shield.
It's probably a shield.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's
it
cool,
looks
though.
like she's like in the car, and like somebody's taking a turn at like 80, and she's like, ah! Like, why? Like, what's she hanging on to over there?
That's funny.
But yeah, it must be a shield. Kind of cool.
This is the next one. I love the obverse. The reverse looks strange. That eagle looks very.
Well, it's like a griffin. It's not really an eagle, right?
Very
It's got
sad.
no wings.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting. I mean, it's kind of, there's some cool elements. Like you said, they all have cool elements. Like, I mean, that griffin there on the reverse, it's in D.C. You've got the Capitol building. You've got the Washington Monument. Over there to the right, you have the top, I think that's the top of the Jefferson Memorial, which is kind of cool because if I remember, who did that? It might have been Weinman. It might be Weinman who did that, that top part of the Jefferson Memorial. I know it was done by somebody who was a coin designer. I think it was Weinman himself, so which would make sense if the Mercury Dime was a Weinman coin. And then you got the fasces kind of on the right too. So it's kind of cool, but it looks a little too, the obverse looks a little too superhero-y to me. It looks like it's something out of like
I agree,
a Marvel
but it's
movie or
still
something.
it's not. It's
They're
it's like
none
a
of these are
warrior.
bad. I don't think
Yeah.
any of these are bad at all. Like any of these I would be like pleased with, but you know.
So here's a slate, and then we go on to the second one. Once you see the second one, by the way, everybody, you're going to be able to guess what the third one's going to be as well. But the second one's the one that they just announced recently, and it's the Standing Liberty Quarter,
Again,
dated 1916.
Again, it makes perfect sense. One of the most beautiful quarter design, one of the most beautiful coin designs.
Herman McNeil, right?
Herman McNeil, the same era, you know, the Renaissance period, the early 20th century, where Roosevelt, you know, tapped Saint-Gaudens and these other guys to redesign the coins. Again, I'm a little surprised because they already did this in, 10 years ago, the 100th anniversary of the coin. But like you said on the Mercury Dime, this one will have the 1916 date with that privy so that it's not, it's cool.
This is not what they picked, and I don't know how to feel about it. The reverse is kind of cool. The obverse feels very modern. And like you said, like I'm used to seeing old coins, so it doesn't really.
But it's so funny. I noticed myself even contradicting myself. Like the last one, the one I liked, the one that they picked, but I had said the prior one I didn't like because it was too cartoony. But that one they picked for the Mercury Dime is kind of cartoony.
It's kind of cartoony,
so it's,
yeah.
Yes, I don't know. Sometimes you just feel something, sometimes you don't. This, I kind of like this. I like that. It is definitely more modern. I like that look at the eagle on the reverse. Like Lady Liberty on the obverse, they give her a little, modern look, like thick thighs, like she looks like she's coming out to do a dance routine there at like the halftime of the Super Bowl or something. I kind of like it, but I like it's got the same kind of wall like that Lady Liberty has on the original quarter. She's stepping out there.
Yeah, and then this is the one that they picked. This has been announced, by the way, it's
cool.
official. Yeah, and I do think it's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool.
In the notes, remember we were looking at this, in the notes that they sent to Ventris Gibson, they suggested that Lady Liberty, who's looking back towards the eagle, should have her face
a little
facing.
more forward. Yeah.
A little more forward, but they didn't fix that. They
left
decided that this is the best way to go with.
And same with the reverse. They were a little unsure about having the tail end of the eagle, which is very unusual. Usually if you're going to see part of an eagle, it's the head.
Yeah.
This is the first time that you see that. And I think it's stressing that, that eagle, as ferocious as it is delivering an olive branch of peace.
Well, look at this too. She's looking back at the eagle. That's the legs of the eagle she's looking back at because you have the same clouds right.
Ah, yes, you're right. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's that eagle is approaching and she's looking over her shoulder watching the eagle approach.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
Very
Yeah,
cool.
you know what? It is really symbolic too because look, she's got the shield out front, so she's protecting, liberty and freedom as the eagle approaches to deliver peace.
Yes.
And with that olive branch. Cool.
Very cool design.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I like it.
And then this one, the reverse almost looks like the family of eagles designed by Miley Frost.
Very similar to that, yeah.
I don't know about this one. It looks a little too...
especially the reverse too, the eagle, the baby chick there, that like shape of that wing, which is accurate, it just makes me think of like buffalo wings. Like I just see that wing sitting there and I'm like,
I'm just skipping this. This one is kind of too bland. It has the same like arches that the Standing Liberty quarter had with the stars.
Yeah.
But they replaced the Standing Liberty with an arm holding, I don't know what kind of.
I don't know. I guess I think it's an olive branch. There's no olives on it, but I think the shape of the leaves are olive.
Yes.
It doesn't look like an oak or something else that we're used to seeing. To me, it looks like, I don't know, some like really like low-end drug deal gone bad. Like they couldn't even afford a bag. Like here's your shake and seeds. Like I don't know, it looks like crap to me. But
Yeah, no, I don't like this one.
I don't want to say that. It doesn't look like crap. It's just
That's the
get me
point
excited.
of this podcast, man.
Yeah, but I don't want to talk like that about somebody's artwork because it's just their interpretation.
All right, last one. You ready? You guys probably guessed it. It's going to be the 1916 Walking Liberty half dollar. Again, dated 1916 with the Liberty Bell 250th anniversary privy mark.
Very cool.
Very cool. They did it.
Makes sense. I mean,
10 years
one
ago.
of those beautiful coins ever.
Yep.
Yada yada. We've
Still
said
on the
it a million
Silver
times.
Eagle.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. And so this is the design that they picked.
you know what? It's kind of badass. I would almost bet my life that it's the same artist who did the companion for the other Weinman coin for the Mercury Dime.
For the Mercury Dime.
Very similar style of artwork.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's cool. You know, it's a different take. You know, the eagle's pretty ferocious looking. It's kind of this stylized work. It'll be interesting to see it, you know, in metal. It's kind of cool.
It is cool. I don't know. It's not my favorite from all the companion pieces that they designed, but it's not.
Let's see what you would have picked. Interesting take on Lady Liberty. A little bit busy in there. It took me a second to figure out what she's got there, but it's obviously a tribute to the arts. She's got a violin. She's got a palette. She's got a old school film camera, you know, and then she's still got her oak branch in there. It looks like sticking out there.
Yeah.
So
she's a busy woman.
She is a busy woman. Again, some of these things in concept sound really cool, and then when you see it, I feel like it's a little too much.
Yeah.
You know, like in my head,
I see why they didn't pick this design.
Right. But I can see why they tried it. Like in my head, it sounds like, oh yeah, that's cool. And then I see it, I'm like, it's a little too much, you know?
I would have picked this. This is so beautiful in my opinion.
Yeah.
Very nice design. You have Adolf Weinman on the reverse.
Yep.
Designing the Walking Liberty half dollar. Yeah. You mentioned what statue that is?
Yeah, that's Descending Knight, which is his most famous work of art, you know, outside of numismatics. He did a pair, so there's Descending Night and there's Ascending Day or Ascending Morning, which is a male kind of version of this. And originally, if I remember, the first ones, because there are kind of multiples, there's probably a dozen or something that exist of these. The original ones, though, I believe the first ones were done for, it might have been the Panama Pacific. It was one of the World's Fairs, and I believe they were positioned at like either side of like this big open area, or like courtyard, and they were kind of facing each other. So one's representing like the beginning of day, one's kind of the beginning of night. And this is, you know, one of the most famous works. We went to Hearst Castle with my family, and it's a wonderful, you know, huge mansion with all kinds of incredible artwork. And we walked in on the tour to the living room, and I'm just such like a geek over this stuff. And I'm like, like I didn't know it was there. And I just look, and it's maybe like 4 or 5 feet tall, like sitting on a table there. And I'm like, oh my God, that's Descending Night. That's Adolf Weinman did this. My wife's like, who? I'm like, Adolf Weinman did this. Like, I'm like freaking out. Like one of my favorite, works of art outside of coins. And anyway, it's a very famous piece.
Yeah.
I love this. I bet it's designed by the same one who did the piece we're looking at earlier.
The Saint-Gaudens one?
Saint-Gaudens.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's cool. I guess that the art committee and the mint and the treasury, I guess they decided they didn't want to do kind of like tributes to the artists and images of the artists. Otherwise, I agree. I'd love to see this as a medal in a separate series. I'd love to see them do a tribute to like the great coin artists
from Renaissance era or even overall. Yeah,
it'd be pretty cool.
This one is very busy, in my opinion.
Very busy, but kind of cool. You've got like Liberty kind of whispering in Weinman's ear there and kind of like instructing him. And
I don't know about that.
yeah,
No.
playing with his hair. What's she doing?
I don't know, man. It's just,
She's like creeping up, sniffing his hair, like. I don't know, like it's again, like it's in concept sounds I think better than the. I look at it and I'm like, you're right. It's very busy. There's a lot going on there.
Even on the obverse. I mean, we're all talking about the reverse, but the obverse is a little too mythical. There's a lot. It seems like a little too fantastical. Like there's magic going on and stuff like that.
There is magic in these coins, Ash.
Sure, if you say so.
There is. Modern interpretation, kind of interesting. Kind of like it just because it's a different look. I don't know. The guy looks too much like he's out of like some kind of a supplement of like bodybuilder ad to me.
It doesn't like the artistry is nice.
Sort of strength, I guess, of America.
The artistry is nice, but I don't understand how either of these two things have to do with Liberty, number one, or number two, just the Walking Liberty $50 in general.
I mean, I can see it though. I mean, it's Lady Liberty, and here we have a man also with the olive branch of peace. I think it's showing the strength of America. It's showing the olive branch of peace, the dove of peace. It kind of fits with the themes a little. I do like the eagle. I think I'd like to see that eagle by itself. It's kind of a really
that looks almost like an Egyptian eagle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not about that.
Yeah. Maybe you're right. Maybe the eagle's too much.
Yeah.
It's a little too. The more I look
Heroic?
at it, I was gonna say a little more like mid to early 20th century Germany, which I don't think is a good look for U.S. coins either.
You're
now
right.
that I think about it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
All right, let's move on.
I think that's it.
All right.
I think that concludes.
And is that all the coins?
That was everything. That was all 5 of them.
Wow, we made it through all of them.
Super exciting.
And no technical difficulties. The thing didn't crash. We
were able to scroll and everything.
We were.
No, but it's pretty badass. Like next year's going to be super exciting.
Dude, 2026. I mean, beyond that, just even if they did nothing special with the coins, you've got coins dated 2026, which is the semi-quincentennial of our country.
Yeah.
This is like just to have that date on a coin
be a
alone
huge,
is like
huge deal.
a huge deal. And then on top of it, we didn't even show them or talk about them. We can do this maybe on a future show, but they're doing some tributes on circulating pennies and nickels, I believe, right?
Yep.
So
pennies, nickels, quarters, and $50.
Okay, so super cool stuff. Maybe we'll do that on our next show, one of our next shows.
Absolutely.
We'll talk about that.
So we get to, talk some shit and ask each other some questions.
We do still have a couple questions. That was a much longer kind of current event segment, but we do have a couple questions.
Age before beauty. Why don't you...
Before beauty. I'm the beauty, though, I thought.
You're
I'm definitely the age, though.
Yeah, that's why I said...
I got a Santa Claus beard happening. All right, here we go. I'm told these are... Neither of us have seen these questions, but we are told they might be a little spicy. So...
Let's hear it.
Who doesn't love Krypto the Super Dog? It's a cute little dog. Actually, looks like my dog. I have a dog named Rory.
Did you watch
who looks
it,
a
by
lot
the
like
way?
it. We did. Yeah, we went to see it.
I
We're
thought
talking about the Superman movie.
Yeah, so the new Superman movie, Krypto the Super Dog plays a pretty big role in the movie. I thought he was cool in the movie, but I thought he was a pretty terrible dog in general. Not behaved whatsoever. Probably caused more trouble.
Not the best behaved dog, but it's cute dog. It's kind of like, you forgive it,
I wouldn't forgive it. I'd send it off to Krypton.
I'm not saying I wouldn't
boot camp.
smack it in the nose with one of these newspapers if it crapped on my rug, but
Krypto the Super Dog was cool, but I know why they put it in the movie. They're going to sell a lot of toys for kids that want Krypto the Super Dog, obviously, but didn't really do anything.
Well, look, we also recently talked about the Superman coin. Don't you think? Like on the reverse, most of our coins have eagles and stuff. Wouldn't it be great to have a Krypto Super Dog?
No.
Like carrying the flag, like in his teeth?
That's actually, you actually just maybe persuaded me. That's a cool idea. Carrying the flag in his teeth, that's kind of cool. But otherwise, nah, just having a dog there.
All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, whatever, you're wrong.
Of course I am.
Oh no.
How many pills can you drink at one time? I hate you guys.
This only came up because this week we're having an argument where Ash claims that, you have a headache, you have a sore throat, somebody hands you a Tylenol, right?
That you drink with the liquid.
That you drink the liquid. He says you drink the, like, oh, I got to go drink a pill. Like, nobody drinks a pill. You take a pill, you swallow a pill, you drink the water to help wash down the pill, but you don't drink the pill. He swears that the whole world is wrong. He's the only one who's right, that you drink a pill. We've taken a survey here. A couple of polite people went, oh, yeah, you can say that. Everybody else went, never heard of that in my entire life. You're out of your gourd, dude.
When you take a pill with water, you're drinking it.
You're drinking the water, yes. You are drinking it, being the water.
You're drinking the pill.
No.
Because you're taking it with a liquid.
Drink means to ingest a liquid. A pill is a solid.
I get that. But
you apparently don't get it.
I asked you a follow-up question, and you agreed with me, and you almost cracked, and then you were like, no, I have to disagree with Ash because we're debating here. I asked you,
let's hear.
You have a plate of chow mein, because we had Chinese food that day.
Okay.
And there is a pill inside of it. You're eating the chow mein, and the pill goes down with it. Are you eating the pill? Or are you swallowing the pill like you would normally call it, as Jack would say?
You're swallowing the pill, you're eating the chow mein.
You're eating the pill. Just like when you take it with water, you're drinking the pill.
Dude, you are
it's like 95% water, 5% pill. You're drinking the pill.
Oh, gosh. You're just a kook.
I'm a kook?
Yes, you're a mental patient.
I've said it like that my whole entire life. It makes sense to me. I'm probably not correct.
It makes sense to me. Well, if you said I'm going to drink, I know what you're doing, but I think it's wacky. I can understand out of context what you're doing. Put in the comments. If any of you've ever drank a pill, tell us. But
does it make sense to say that you drink a pill when it's taken with the liquid?
I didn't say it doesn't make sense. I know what you mean, but it's not something people say.
No, you said it doesn't make sense. You said it doesn't make sense.
It's not a thing that anyone says.
You're changing the narrative.
No one ever says that except for you.
You're changing the narrative so that some people agree with you as well. But you said that that it's wrong to say that.
It is wrong. It's incorrect. Nobody says it.
Let's see your question. No. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Is it a normal question?
It's a normal question.
Oh, damn.
Should the United States Mint produce coins that are not round?
No.
That was a quick answer.
No.
They're doing some more this year for the Semiquincentennial that are not round, apparently, right? Has that been approved, do you know?
Oh.
They were talking about making some Liberty Bell shaped coins, which I thought looked kind of weird.
I hope not. I hope it's not approved. Let me take one quick step back. Okay. Round or round-ish, I'm okay.
Round-ish.
When I say that, I mean like we've had octagonal pieces and they're pretty badass.
Octagonals are awesome.
But like I don't want triangle coins or square coins and stuff like that. That's what I mean when I'm talking about circular in shape.
Like a Liberty Bell shape.
Nah, no.
You know what I saw the other day actually, and this was not U.S. Mint. It was some either private struck or foreign issue mint. I never saw this before. It was kind of cool in a weird way. Chinese throwing star coin.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I don't know how to feel about that.
I'm not sure how I feel about it either.
How many points does the star have?
I think it was 8.
8?
8, I think. Maybe 6, 8, 7. Something like that.
It's kind of
We always had Chinese stores when we were kids. There was a Hello Kitty store by us that had all these like Japanese imports.
Hello Kitty goes all the way back?
Like the 80s.
When you were a kid?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
And we'd go to this store in Bergenfield, New Jersey. It was like a little tiny store, and they had all these like Hello Kitty pencil boxes, but then they had one display case with like butterfly knives and Chinese stars, and we'd always go in there and be like, oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, got off topic on that quick.
No, so let me explain this for 30 seconds before we move on. The U.S. Mint is supposed to be the premier country to produce coins. Again, other countries produce gorgeous coins, don't get me wrong, but I'm an American. Yeah. I love our coinage here, and I think they should keep it as traditional as possible because we kind of, in a lot of ways, when it comes to numismatics, lead the rest of the world with our coinage.
Sure.
Yeah.
I see that. I like the octagonal, but I agree sometimes they go a little too far. They don't look like coins anymore if they get too far off track.
Yeah.
You know.
It almost looks like a hunk of metal that happens to have like a denomination stamped on it at that point.
Yeah.
Now that the cent will no longer be produced, should the nickel also be stopped?
You know, well, I think they're going to still make them for collectors, if I understand correctly, but I don't know.
The cent?
Yeah, I think.
That would be cool.
right? Because they talk about a 2026 design, right?
Oh yeah.
But I thought those were for circulating coins.
I don't think so.
Yeah, all right.
I don't
Anyway.
think so.
The nickel, I mean, I feel like it's a little baby steps here. I don't know if I'm ready for the nickel and the penny to both go.
Do you use nickels?
I almost never use cash anymore, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it really, these coins really are less necessary for day-to-day transactions.
If I could wave a magic wand and get
Yeah.
whatever I want to come true, I would make it off of the quarter. I would just have dollars and quarter dollars and nothing else.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think we should have the dime either.
But it's the most popular, beautiful coin design ever.
The Roosevelt dime?
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Do you want to work with me on the Roosevelt dime collection for you?
Yeah, I heard apparently you've
It'll take me all 3 seconds to source every single one.
I heard apparently you've sold some of those by mistake.
By mistake only. Bonus coins. How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm ready, but I mean, just financially, I mean, because I think it costs at least 7 cents to make a nickel, so I mean, it kind of makes sense for us to kind of move in this direction. But I think baby steps. I'm not ready yet. Come back in like 5 years or so, and I'll say maybe.
Yeah, fair. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I get it.
Well,
That's it. We had less questions because we had a huge beginning segment there, so that kind of wraps it up, huh?
I think that does. I mean, thanks for joining us. Remember to do all the stuff that I always forget to say here. Like, subscribe,
comment down below, like, share.
Tell us why we're idiots.
Yeah,
and stuff.
you could call me stupid because I
will.
drink pills instead of swallowing them, apparently.
Yeah.
Even though when you drink water, you're also swallowing the water, so technically, you swallow everything that goes down your throat, so you're still drinking the pill because it's going down with water.
Whatever.
Anyway.
Jackass, excellent, party time, party on.
All right, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Tune in next time.
Thanks, guys. See you next time.